Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV. Listen, you guys, I am about to do a review of a show that is about breaking a woman. Okay, they come to your home and they make sure that your heart is broken. They shock you, they make sure they disturb your peace. They also disturb the peace in your relationship. The more disturbed and hurt you are, the more happy the presenter of the show is. They make sure that as a woman you feel unwanted, you feel unloved, and they make sure that as a woman, by the time they leave, your self-esteem is low, below the floor, under the floor, then they leave you. Okay, and the more you cry, the more that they are pleased when they do this show. It's the whole concept of the show. So here is my review of episode 3 of Mnakwethu. I will say what I said last week, you guys. There is a reason why Zulu guys mostly get away with isitem, because these guys right here are not able to speak for themselves. They are told, Mbabsela will sit you down and say, listen, don't say this. They go in, they say that. And I'm like, yeah, this is why. I was asking Mam Kopos yesterday. I was like, Kosa guys, do take Istanbul. I thought you guys were like, this one is not for us, okay? Which one is this one? It's not for us. Anyway, you guys, Tobezweni Kangata was cheating on his wife. He has been cheating for 5 years. Now he wants to cheat in peace. So he decides that he's going to go to his wife and ask to take the side chick as his second wife so that he can go and find another side chick, because that is what they do. That is the reason why they ask for to take second wives, because they just want to cheat in peace with this one and then have another roll on the side. Okay. So you guys, he is married to Andisiwe Magugwana. Okay, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, because these are close as you guys. They're from the Eastern Cape, but they live around Durban. So the mistake that he made, Utobezweni, is that he decided to date a Zulu girl as a side chick. And then that Zulu girl was like, I want to become your wife. So go to Musa Mselegu and ask him, because I do believe this is what happened here. Because Tobezweni is in no position to ask for a second wife. Tobezweni and his wife are staying somewhere where it looks like it's a room. Okay, listen, nothing wrong with the room. I did rent a room once upon a time in my life. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. But when you are renting a room with your wife, you are in no position to ask your wife for a second wife. Okay. They said that they met in 2016, but I was like, I'm not sure now when they got married, because at the end of the show, the wife mentions that this guy has just lobolat me in the past 2 years. Now he's asking for a second wife because I can't have kids, because that is the reason that he is giving to wanting a second wife. He wants kids now, but he's just lobolat. His wife has waited from 2016 to be lobolat, but now that he has lobolat in the last 2 years, he wants a wife, sharp, now. Yes. So he says, go to his wife, uyahlonipha unjani, uthobekile, everything is fine in his marriage, everything is peaceful, because it's never really about the fact that there is problems in the relationship. It's always about the fact that men are selfish, and they just want to show you that they are selfish, and they want to be selfish some more, and they want to be selfish in peace, and they want to be selfish freely. That is what they are doing. Listen, you guys, I think we need to sign a petition and ask DSTV to allow us to give them, the criteria that they are supposed to use when they select this man. I think that if you want a second wife, you must have built or bought your first wife a wife that she's very much happy with. I think that we should see your bank statement, that in your bank statement, it has enough money to be able to take care of two wives or two households, because you say you want many kids. So let's see your bank statement. Where do you work? This guy says that he works at the airport. It's a thing that they do here in KZN, where you have somebody that says, I work at the airport. I'm like, nobody works at the airport. What do you do at the airport? Do you drive the aeroplanes? Drive a panoi? Are you, a pilot? Are you the package packer? Do you clean the floors? Are you the security guard? Do you work at the shops, at the at the airport? Do you work at the parking lots, parking the cars? You can't just say to us you work at the airport. What do you do at the airport? Nobody really works at the airport, guys, if you really think about it. Maybe you just work at the gift shop there, So when you say you work at the airport, I might just assume that you're a pilot. But I'm looking at where you are staying. I'm like, no, not not a pilot. So I was like, this guy, why do you come here and say you work at the airport? What do you do at the airport? You security guard, you what? Administrator there, booking agent, whatever there. There's so many jobs that you can do at the airport. So for somebody to come and say they work at the airports, I'm like, what do you do at the airports? Because your wife is there by the room, okay? Like I said, you guys, there's nothing wrong with staying in a room, in a rented room, because if your financial situation says stay in a room, yes, that's a situation, but you have no business asking for a second wife, no business, or you even have no business cheating, Jeffoots. Now your wife is going to cry in her room because now you want a second wife. I'm like, guys, listen, I do feel like they need to let us decide what the criteria is. Okay, you want to take a wife, let's see that you do deserve a second wife. Okay. Now, you guys, they're saying that they did say that in 2019, wahamba wayocela ekhaya. So it means 2016, the wife was very patient with uThobezweni from 2016 to 2019, waiting for him to raise the money to cela her. Okay. And so in the past 2 years, like this, she's saying in the past 2 years, ulobolile. Now he wants the kids now. Okay. So listen, you guys, I think both of them are talking about the relationship like it's a positive relationship. Andisiwe says uthobekile unomoya phansi uThobezweni, and then uThobezweni says uyahlonipha unempatho uthobekile naye futhi ulona uAndisiwe. So I'm like, perfect relationship. So what is the problem? Okay. So the reason that he's giving is that umama Gungwana. Hi guys, umagungwana. Hi, Andisiwe. They're saying also Andisiwe hasn't had kids. I say hasn't had kids, guys, because it hasn't been that long for him to say she can't have kids. But he says it as if she can't have kids. And also he says that he doesn't have a mother, a father, and siblings, and so he wants to have a big family. Okay. So I was like, when did you decide that? Now that you need a big family, or 5 years ago? Okay, when exactly did you know that you didn't have a mother and a father and siblings, that you needed all of that from your wife? Anyway, you guys, obviously they've got this new concept where a friend comes with the first wife, but you guys, I don't know if the friend is clued up as to what is happening, because the wife is thinking that the husband is taking her out, but she's coming with a friend. So they don't give us, a background as to what they tell a friend, because obviously a friend has to be told something, because I'm just not going to go on a date with my friend and her man. What am I doing there? They need their private time. So I don't know what the friend is being told, but the friend was there, you guys. And when he sits down with Umseleko, before he even introduces number two, he does bring up the thing of the wife doesn't have kids. And Umseleko is like, that is not a good idea to say you need a wife, because you are saying that there's something wrong with her when she because she doesn't have kids. But if you really listen to Umseleko when he's speaking his nonsense, even though it's very hard to listen through Umseleko's nonsense, you would know that Umseleko does believe that there's something wrong with you when you can't have kids, and does put that burden on the wife, because at some point he even says that when a wife can't have kids, she should be the one that gets you the second wife, or she should be the one that suggests a second wife. So if there's nothing wrong with somebody that cannot have kids, then that situation would not be relevant, okay? And he goes on to say, guys, the nonsense that Baba Umseleko spits through his mouth. He says that women are very, very selfish, are very, very selfish about cabangela madoda, about cabangela madoda. Guys, listen, before I forget, if you are married, okay, do yourself a favor, on imvubu, on imvubu, and roll it. I want to let somebody roll in your bag somewhere, just in case Baba Umseleko shows up, because we need to see some real reality show one day. Okay, we need Baba Umseleko to go to like a real wife that is going to be like, okay, are you here? All right, let's play. Me, I have the Mvubu here, Anyway, you guys. Now, the second wife is Pumzile Stole. She's doing nursing, much doing practicals. Now, you can see in the Washala go to ya ugel usazama empilweni nje uyabona leyo nto leyo uyabona na ukuthi yabo, because at least if she was bringing a girl that is like financially, I'll be like, yeah, maybe he is thinking ukuthi, we need financial help in our household. Let me bring a woman that is just, in terms of finances. But the girl now you say practicals in nursing. Okay. And then we saw her lapana making food for Tobezweni Ayoguta. I love young women, guys. I love young women when they deal with men, because I'm like, hey, come. Let us tell you about men. Yeah, but calm down, because next time it will be you. He will be telling you that he's looking for a third wife with amadolo amnyama anjalo. So uguqile lapha ehambisa take. Come here, let us tell you about men. When I'm thinking, he wants me, he likes me because I treat him, like a king. When he's at my house, he will go and be treated like a nonsense there by the slave queen's house. I am telling you guys, don't sacrifice yourself for a man. Put the food in the tray and give him respectfully. I am in Amadolo. Guys, I'm not going to sacrifice it for somebody that will come one day and be looking for a second, third, fourth to fifth wife. Anyway, I'm like, I says, so good. She was there in the tray. I'm like, hey, I must tall. Tata must tall. Tata must tall. Bringing the food, okay? And then she says that, Dangzile, I'm not here to break the family. I'm here to just add on, to help, to help Mamkulu. And I'll be like, hey, these men, guys, we'll be sitting at our houses and we don't even know that we are being called Mamkulus. Imagine being referred to as a mamkul and you don't even know that you are mamkul. When you are thinking you are mam's banbali, you are mamkul. There's a girl out there, good thing there for your husband calling you mamkul. I'm like, hey, she's even calling her mamkul. I'm here to help her. But not telefonu size emzini wakhe. Ngisengabhala la ngathi, hey, uzubizwe ngomamkhulu ungazi nokuthi ubizwa ngomamkhulu. I wrote it here. Okay. And then okay, so what was the reason that he told you that he wants a second wife? And then she says, talking about inkinga ungathola abantwana. Guys, the man, I've been saying, guys, that give me a date. I will organize it. We're just going to go and bend them. A man went and told a side chick the most sensitive thing about his wife, which is the fact that she can't have kids, which we don't even know if it's like that. It could be a situation of she hasn't had the kids, but he says she can't have kids. He even lies and says that he got tested and they said that he can have kids. And I'm like, you lie. You lie, because where did you get tested? Where? Those tests are not cheap. Okay, I'm not just saying. I'm saying, guys, those tests are not cheap. Where did you get tested that you could have kids? Which doctor? You went to the public clinic and got tested because he lied. He said he got tested. The problem is with his wife. I'm like, So this man went and told the side chick the problem of the wife. Because he takes it as a problem of the wife. He doesn't take it as it's their problem that they haven't had kids yet, okay? So Mama Sarah is like, well, how long have you been dating this guy? And this girl says 5 years. So he's like, so are you sure when you can have kids? Which is another thing, you guys. It's very much possible that this guy is the one that can't have kids, because this girl is out there talking about, no, I'm doing nursing, so Mawen's in nursing, you are not allowed to have kids. I know friends that have had kids training for nursing, they can get away with it. I was like, okay. I don't like Msele, but she's got a point here. Yeah, it's been 5 years. Where's the child? Because if the reason is that this guy needs children, so you should have had a child or two in 5 years' time. She's like, no, I was busy training for nursing. I'm like, wouldn't I just love it if he marries this one and this one doesn't have kids too? And then 2 years later, Mam Kulu comes with the kid, and then another 2 years and another one, and then this one is like sitting there being a nurse. You can nurse the kids. Come and nurse the kids. And then she says, what if she says no, Mam Kulu, and she says, hi, but I will have to beg. If I have to cook, I will cook. I'm like, hey, uyakuthanda ukuguqa ntombazana. I didn't say amadola akho ukuthi anjani. They must be very very black amadola le ntombazana because uyakuthanda ukuguqa. She said ukuthi if ukuthi fanele ngiguqa ngizoguqa guys. Okay. Now you guys, we did meet the wife. Of course, she was at home as a guys. We look like that, Masemakai. We look like my best Shella and Kakwen, we look very nice, but Masekai, the Duke is the Kauniake. You know, Connie Gano Tanda and Dal, no I tang answer, but that's not Gogalendala. And they were just talking. I think at some point she couldn't get hold of him, I guess, because we say Palito. He met the girlfriend of Palito. So now and then he goes to Palito. Now and then he goes to Palito. Now and then he goes to Palito. Eh? And the shops at Palito are very expensive, okay? You know, Pick and Pay in Palito for some reason. And getting them at different prices from the Pick and Pay in town, okay? But he went to Palito, okay? So, anyway, you guys. And the wife looked very nice. She must be lapaya where the whole thing was taking place. But girl must have gogile lapana se modle. Dress like makeup, what's lipstick? That's yes, girl. That's yeah. This is how you look. And never, guys, if your husband asks to take you out and he says bring a friend, look very very nice, but you know what you must do too, wear tights under, because these men, we can't trust them anymore. Okay, wear tights under, wear a heel, wear a heel, got the naughty heel, wear a heel, and do the things. Okay, we need one wife that is going to do the right thing. I'm waiting for that wife. It's just that maybe they won't show us that episode. We need just one wife that is going to deal with the situation accordingly. You know, not just the husband and the second wife, but even Babumsele. Babumsele kuyayidinga nje imvubu. Yabo, imvimbo noma embili nje, like tata. Awusiyeke ngalento yakho. Anyway, you guys, now they come in. The wife is sitting there with a friend talking about load shedding. Nkosam ubesikhulumela nge-load shedding. Engathi nokwazi ukuthi nkosam kwenzekani. Then Babumsele walks in with the guy. And it's like, obviously, now she knows. The friend is like, you know, I don't know if the friend had figured out, it's okay, this is about Mnakwethu. Now, they greet them, and then Babumsele is like, I khuluma ndoda. Guess what the daughter said? Remember, Umseleko had said, don't say it's because the wife can't have kids. And then the ulona ke indoda ithi yes ngicela ukuthatha number 2 because wena awukwazi ukuthola abantwana. Bamseleko like and then he's like, yeah, but khona lenye reason ongitshele yona. And then Bamseleko helps him to say ukuthi yazini, he is saying that he doesn't have a mom and a dad and he doesn't have kids. And so he wants, you know, to kulisa the family. Okay. So the woman is like, in short, that guys, obviously the demeanor, the face, the woman, after you tell a woman that, you can see like they're crushed. You can see their heads. But the upsetting thing about this show is that nobody cares about that. It really is about a man. And I think Ubabusele could even said it this time to say, usuke there to ukutakhulumele amadoda yena, you know, because about course guys are funu kulalela amadoda. Asibalelele because most of the time they're speaking nonsense. You know, if you were a woman, you wouldn't listen to you too because you speak a lot of nonsense yourself, you know. So asibalelele for a reason. We're trying to keep peace because if we had to listen to everything that they say, then our household would not be in peace. You know, sometimes we have to have selective listening when you are a wife. Sometimes say, anyway, you guys, the woman asked, so what the short up mean? You know, now that you want to take a wife, they try to convince her, no, it's not to your shoulder, it's because of Funanjukulisumuzi and what, and the wife was saying, absolutely no. Okay, now the man is just quiet. Okay, and then she does say, listen, uhlekisa ngami because uyasazi isimo sami. I guess she was also referring to her not having kids. But later on, you guys, I feel like she's still hopeful about it because she was saying, you know what, it's only been 2 years, so what's the rush? Okay. And the guy had said, he likes ingane. It's okay, I'll get ingane kasiswami to come and visit, and you can love them while we are waiting to have our own kids. And what I'm saying, I'll be like, but lezo ingane akuzona esisibongo sakhe. Okay, which is the thing, you guys, that explains Umselego and his attitude towards Ingane on the other show that we are watching and talking about, because it's like for him, in order to love a child, it must have the same surname as the Mselego. The child must be a Mselego kid for him to love. He thinks men should only love kids that are biologically theirs. Okay. So it made sense that he was like, but how can he like? Because the woman was saying, if for now while we are waiting to have kids. But her answer, you guys, was like, no. Okay. Now they bring in Usis. No. She comes in again, she sits down, trying to look humble, when we know very well that she's not humble, okay? She thinks she's better than the wife, which she's going to find out very soon that she's no better, okay? So now the wife can ask, where did you meet? It's hey, eBallito. So they meet eBallito, wahamba wayoshopa eBallito, washopha nendoda yami. Hey, kumnandi eBallito. That's hi, now I must go to eBallito. The wife was like, I kusho ukuthi nami fanele ngebhalito phela. Nami ngiyothola number 2 phela ibhalito ngoba ibhalito kumnandi. That's hey ngakutshelani ngebhalito. Yabona guys, listen. They always act like we are crazy when we have an instinct. Unokuthi umuntu uyasama uthi imaphi lapho? Waziba lapho? Why we are lapho? Why are you going to a mall that me and you never go to? Every time you go to the mall, you're going alone. What's up in the mall? You know, well, listen to that voice that tells you there's something happening in that mall. It's like, akutshela ngale bhalito. Ngathi le bhalito le izosala ibhalito. Yabona kubhalito manje. Nangu kubhalito phela. Ngathi hlezi uyabhalito. What an advert for bhalito in last night's episode. Okay, so you guys, but she says, listen, no, uzosiza ba. She's like, no, mina ngizile ukuzobhidliza ngizokaka manje ubothi mina ngakhe uzokwakha wena uzokwakha namandla amakhulu wena uzoqule nama-truck athi hayi ke sis, I never. So Bamselego is like, okay, if you say no, let's just say we are meeties, would you accept the child? And then the woman, I think the woman didn't really think about what Bamsel was really saying, but she just thought, of course, if he had a child with another woman, I would love the child. So she says, yeah, I would love the child. And then she's like, oh, okay. And then she realizes that basically he's saying, Bamsel, this guy must go. I will meet his guys. Hey, yeah, Bonafoot. Guys, so fine. The woman says no. You're not going to be part of this family. Because when Ubamsele was trying to leave now, Umamkulu was like, I'm leaving too with a friend, with Assam, especially Lava. Let's leave the family. And then because it's part of the show that the woman must sit here in front of this woman and face her for some reason, because they just want to hurt her feelings a little bit more. They just want to make sure that her heart is crushed. You know, they don't want it crushed, they want it crushed. Okay, so they want to see. So it became a big deal that the woman wants to leave. And I'm like, why aren't they letting her leave? I mean, she wants to leave. They've said what they wanted to say. She's answered. She left. She even said, you guys, which is another thing that I've said about the show. She says, because every time she would answer, Umamsele would defend the man. She's like, but why are you defending her? Umamsele was supporting a man and supporting the side chick, basically. And she's saying, why? But why are you supporting him? Why can't you support me for once? Just support what I'm saying. And Umamsele didn't have an answer for that. Because there's no... I feel like actually the show should have 2 hosts if it continues. 2 hosts. It should have Umamsele and it should have somebody that, I don't know who... But we need somebody that is going to be on the side of the woman. Not to encourage a woman to say no, but to encourage a woman to speak up, and also to emphasize that whatever a woman is saying or feeling is valid too. You know, because it's like men are being validated with their nonsense, but a woman every time, I went, yo guys, no wonder lapha emzumbe bakhelwe leza zindle ezinkulu ezinhle bethengelwa ney'moto, because really you deserve to get paid to be umfazi kaMseleku, because the way he speaks about women, hi guys. Anyway, you guys, she ends up walking out after number 2 tries to beg, and she's like, my answer is the same. Ends up walking out, and then outside that's where she said, guys, even if we phone whatever he's wanting, maybe it's bad timing, because I mean, we haven't been together that long, and also he's just paid Lobola. I feel like we still need to, there's still time for us to have the kids. Okay, this whole time again, a man was just not saying much, you guys, and I was like, and ufuna isithembu but uhlulwa ukukhuluma. But that is it, you guys. This show worked very, very well, because at the end of it all, a woman was crushed, a woman's heart was broken, her peace was disturbed, her relationship was left in a mess, and she went home crying. Okay, and that's the whole point. So what else did they want? They got exactly what they wanted. So this episode was very, very perfect, and it's called Mnakwethu. Do watch it on channel 161 every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Like it before you're gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.